My name is Robin Nicole, and I was born on May 8th, 1972. I came in on the Heralds of Light frequency as a way shower of freedom, along with the energy of independence for all. I came to hold the light. I came to help make the world a better place to live in. I also came in with a Chiron wounding in Aries, which means I have a deep core wound around empowerment, self-worth, and rejection. My parents named me Robin, not just because the robin bird is the first sign of spring, but to remind me that I was born to fly, to spread my wings and soar through life, and that I am allowed to take up space in this world. I matter, and I can make a difference to myself and others. I come to finally remember, to finally break the chains that bind, to finally turn the key and open my heart to joy, peace, and happiness. I do this in so many ways that it is way too much to explain in a short bio. I am not just one thing, and I never feel as though I have arrived. As every moment new beliefs arise and new mysteries unfold, I change and evolve. I am light. I am and always will strive to make a difference, to help my fellow man grow and evolve around me, to teach by example, and to always speak my truth. I invite you to get to know me, explore through the eyes of Robin's world. My world revolves around color, around sound, around always seeking to connect fully with my higher self. When I am fully in balance, I create so many things. I am a way shower. I am an artist. I am a channeler of all that is. I am a starlight master who puts one foot in front of the other, even through the toughest of times, and push through adversity to shine my light out into the world as bright as I possibly can. Hello everybody, how are you? Today is July 8th, 2022, and today's video is basically a catch-up video to try to get you guys back up to speed as to where I'm coming from, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it on this, on my journey of ascension, I guess. There's been some developments happening, and so I just want to go back. I'm going to go back and recap. This might be a little bit of a longer video, just because there's some stuff that I need to talk about to tell you about what's happening, so that you can kind of figure out, put the pieces, the puzzle. I'm trying to put the puzzle together from when did this all start happening, and it's all around mystery school. And the fact that I'm attending it, which I didn't know I was, and I did, but I didn't. I wasn't sure. And so I'm going to go back and going to go back to 2018 and start from there. And then I have a lot of notes here where I've just jotted down to remind you of different parts that I want to tell you. The reason why I'm telling you this is that I can just get it off my chest so that people can know where I'm coming from, where I'm at this time, and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and where it all comes from, all the teachings and all the channelings and all the light language, and where this is all stemmed from. So, and I guess maybe an evolution of how I've grown and how it's how everything is happening. So Okay, let's go back. We're going to go back to 2018, and it would have been like February or March. I think it was March of 2018 when I had a QHHT session. And it was a pretty amazing session. It was kind of like a turning point in my life, and some questions were answered. And at that time, I was given a complete upgrade to my connection with my guides, my higher self, my spiritual team. And so I was told that at that time that I would no longer have to go to other people to figure out my answers or anything like that, that I had this direct connection to be able to communicate one-on-one with my guides anytime I needed to do so. And for a while, even for a couple of years after that, I still questioned it. But then, like, I had a lot of sessions, different times of QHHT or quantum regression type sessions after that, that basically led me to trust that I do have the connection and to not try to second guess it. And so I have, that's where I was back in 2018. And now I no longer second guess what's happening. And then in that regression session, I was also given an upgrade, and a blueprinting thing happened where they blueprinted me, or gave me back the blueprints or the records or something from the crystal technology that I was involved in way back in the times of Lemuria. And I was told then that I would come across a Lemurian seed crystal, and that I would work with it, and it would hold all of my Akashic records, and that my guide, or my aspect in Lemuria, was a high priestess, and her name was Alana. And I was told right then and there that I had encoded a specific crystal for myself with all of my records and all of the knowledge and everything that I needed to remember in this lifetime now. And that when the crystal appeared, then the work would start, basically. And I remember afterwards trying to like find this crystal. And hold on, my dog is scratching at the door. So Neo decided to come in, and he's sitting underneath my feet. I don't know how long that will last for. He might move around in the background. Just take no notice. The only thing is he does like to steal crystals and things that I have sitting around the room. So I'll be adjusting when he's here. So but he was whining at the door. He wanted to come in to see Mama. So where was I at? Oh, he's going to sit down. He's going to relax. He wants to be here. Okay. So I after that session, I tried to like figure out what was this crystal and this Lemurian crystal, and I didn't really know anything about Lemuria at the time. And so I tried to like get some information. I was looking up information. There wasn't really a heck of a whole lot of information about it. And then after that, there was a lady in my area that announced that she was doing a workshop around Lemurian crystal healing. So I thought, hey, what the heck, I'll go. And it was a day class, and it was very interesting, but like nothing kind of happened after that. And I just started forgetting about the fact I had bought in a whole bunch of crystals that I could find. Like there was like these Lemurian crystals. But they weren't the ones. You know what I mean? Like they weren't the crystals that I pictured that I needed. This like seed crystal, but they were good enough, and I was working with them, and I was doing like circles in my area. Like once a month, they would come to my studio, and we would work with the Lemurian crystals, and that's basically what happened with that. And then in the end of 2018, a friend of mine wanted to go to this yoga festival kind of thing. And I really wasn't into yoga or anything like that, but I thought I'll go with her because she didn't want to go by herself. And so I went, and they had like little stalls and stuff. Well, there was this one stall that I kept going to. It was this stall with this lady. She was doing this thing called transference healing, and it was Nora Creed. I've had her on before. You've met Nora, and she had this book at her stall, and it was sitting there, and this book right here, it's called Beyond Doorways. I don't know if it's coming out the right direction, but Beyond Doorways by Alexis Cartwright. And I was like intrigued by this book. Like, she had other books there, but this one I had to have it. But this book was so expensive. It was like 65 euros or something like that. And I thought, I don't have that kind of money with me today. And I really wanted this book. So I took her little like pamphlet away with me. And it was like I had to have this book. I was just like, there's something about this book and I don't know what it is, but I have to have it. And so I had the little like advertising brochure on it. And I just kind of stuck it in my purse and I went on my merry way. And then I kept taking it out and looking at it. And I was like looking how to find it. And like I couldn't find it. There wasn't like a cheaper way to get it. And so then finally I went to the book depository and I found it for 45 euros, which I thought that's a lot better than 65. And so I ordered it. And that was around Christmas time. I ordered it for myself as a Christmas present. But it didn't come in until like early 2019. And so I delved into this book. And this book is like very different. It's like the Bible, like I said. It's like the Bible. The stuff in here is so deep. And there's like, when you read the book, I'm just going to show you at the beginning. When you read the book, at the beginning of each chapter, there's like these symbols. It's like a commencement ritual that you do. And you put your hand over. It says, before reading chapter 1, run your finger from left to right across the sacred symbols below. Your action and intent and the sacred vibration of this text will ensure you are fully open to receiving and integrating the information within this chapter. And so I just did what it said to do. And I went from left to right and I went over the symbols. I put my finger over the symbols and did all the thing, right? And then I read the chapter. And then at the end of each chapter, then you do it again and it seals kind of the information into you. It's really cool. And I'll show you some other chapters so that you can see. Some of them have symbols, like this one. It had symbols that you put your finger over. Really deep mystery school type things, right? That I didn't even know about mystery school at that stage. And then I'll just show you another one. This one's crystal technology and the ritual for it. And it just goes on. Every single chapter has a thing on it. And so I read the book. And when I got to one part of the book, it was talking about the chakras of the earth. And at that time, when I was reading that part of the book, it's like one thing unfolded after another, after another. I was contacted by Rick Talley, who was doing the Indara project. I was talking to him and I told him that the second chamber of the heart chakra is here in Ireland, up in Tara. And if he wanted to send me one of these crystals, I could take it up to there. And I ended up taking it to the well. And I've told that story so many times that I think that if you want to hear about it, it's in I have a video blog, and I will put that into the description of this video. It's video number, I think, 11 and 12 or 12 and 13. I can't remember which. But I'll put the link to that. And you can go and you can listen to the whole like Indara thing and how the project happened and all that. And then during the time that I was doing the project, I was in New York, and I was doing this thing with the Andaras with Rick Talley, and I was meeting up with Jessie May, my friend Misty, and my friend that I grew up with. Her name is Amy, and I was told before I went that I was going to be doing some Lemurian work with Amy, and so I kind of thought that I was going to be doing some Lemurian healing with her. And so I took all of my little crystals that I had with me, but we never had time to do it. And on the day that we were actually going up to do the grid work, she shows up with this Lemurian crystal and ends up giving it to me and tells me that, I've been told you need this crystal. And I think I've told the story many times, so I'm just going to do a short version of it. And so she gave me this crystal. And when we were walking up to do the grid work, I was holding it and I started like crying a little bit, kind of like inside, and going, this is the crystal that they told me I was going to get in my session. This is the crystal that I encoded with all of the things that I need to remember back in the times of Lemuria for now. And I carried this crystal with me all the way back to New York, or from New York to Ireland, and I held it with me even in the plane, and I started working with it, and a whole bunch of stuff started opening up ever since I started been working with this crystal, and just amazing things are happening and stuff is coming through. And so then I started doing a lot of like shadow work and a lot of like past life regression type sessions where I was going in and clearing like different timelines and aspects and stuff like that of myself, and different things that happened that were like not allowing me to go forward in this time at where I'm at. And so I had to do a lot of clearing. And then around 2 years ago, I was sitting down by the river right before I did a video blog, and I think I shared the video blog on my Facebook page the other day. It was the one where the like being kind of the little tree person came down and he said touched my shoulder, and I kind of got a little bit freaked out. And it was right before that happened. I had been doing a meditation, and I was doing it with a friend, and we were taken down a river, like the Nile River, I think it was. And I'm not sure if it was the Nile River, but I think it was something like that. And we come to this one spot where there was like 4 pyramids, like the Egyptian pyramids, but they were different. They were kind of like, there was this like river, and like it went through, and these pyramids were kind of like all around it, and it was kind of like in a different realm or something. And Merlin was there, and Merlin asked us both if we would like to take mystery school. And I was like, wow, I would love to take mystery school, because I had heard about the mystery schools, and especially like I had been reading the Beyond Doorways, and in that book she talked about like she teaches a mystery school, but the mystery school is so expensive. It's like 10,000 euros or something, like to take this class. It's huge. It's like more than money than I would actually have to take a mystery school. And so I was really excited, and I was like, wow, can I really take mystery school on the etheric realm and not have to like pay all this money for it? Because like I always wanted to do it, but it was something that it was kind of out of my reach. And so I said yes, and I would just see where this would go. And I was told that things would come to me in dream time and during meditation, and that I was supposed to like basically document and write all this information down that was coming through. And I started doing all kinds of things. All this information started coming in, and I was actually being kind of like shown how to do stuff with sacred geometry and platonic solids and create all this like crystal grids and stuff, which I have been doing. And then all this information comes in, and then I started like doing like my channeling started kind of coming in, my light language started coming in, and I had created this right towards the beginning, like right after, I think it was in 2021 is when I created it. Can't remember when it happened, or right, it was right after the Merlin thing, where asked if we wanted to be in there, and I created this this Metatron's cube. I'm going to put a picture of it up here in next to the screen right here so that you can see this Metatron's cube that I created. And it was basically, it's basically a, you've seen it before in some of my videos. They were showing me that there was going to be like these little pyramids, these orgonite pyramids that were going to go in all the spots on the thing. And it was supposed to do something, and I didn't really know at that time what it was meant to do. And then I did another meditation with my friend, and she thought it was supposed to be my Reiki 1 attunement or whatever. But I'm realizing now that it actually wasn't my Reiki 1 attunement, or maybe it was, but it was mixed with. She had said that she had never done a Reiki attunement that was like this. It was like so different. There was this kind of ceremony that happened, and that Metatron's cube that I had created it came in the etheric realm, and it was kind of set flat like a board, like a chessboard. And then all of my guides, my family, everybody kept coming out the board, and they started taking their place on the board. Like I could see them all, like those tree elementals, like the tree people, they started like walking up on the board. I could see them walking, and the unicorns and the dragons and all of the elemental fairy kind of people came. There was all there was ascended masters on the board. There was Isis was there, Metatron, Merlin, all these beings, like Saint Germain, all of them. And there was like my other guides, like galactic guides. The inner earth beings came onto the board. I mean, like they just like piled on. And then it was right after my parents had passed away, and my parents were there. And what they showed me was my parents were watching kind of like, you know, like when you go to a, like an opera or something, or a Broadway show, or like an opera house. And like, you remember the Muppets and how they had those guys that would sit up in and commentate up in that little like balcony area. And they would sit there and they would be kind of like doing funny things and stuff. Well, my parents were taking the seat up there. And I was a little bit emotional because I was like, what's happening? And like, my mother and father were there, and they told me that they wouldn't miss it for the world what was happening. And they always were supportive of me, like especially when like I was younger, and they showed me back during that time. I had a flashback of my parents being there when I was winning the awards, and I was on the stage. I got this Hallmark award where I won for school, and I got this scholarship and everything. And I was like up on the stage and getting my awards and stuff. And they were like, you didn't think we were going to miss this one? And so it was really cool. And they did this initiation, and Metatron was there, and they were like putting things into my head, like cubes and platonic solids and symbols and all this stuff. So it was like a ceremony. And I thought it was my Reiki 1 attunement, but then moving forward to the now, I'm realizing that it was actually something else, that it was something to do with mystery school and some kind of, I don't know if it was an initiation or if it was kind of like a ceremony saying like I graduated in, or like moved up a level or something, so that I could actually do more in the mystery school, or an adept. I know what it is. They're calling it an adept. That's what they're just telling me right now, that I was an adept in this mystery school, this etheric mystery school. And so let me just go back to my things. And so all kinds of things would happen. And after that, light language came in. And then everything just started getting stronger and stronger. Like before, when I first started, when I was channeling, I would have to write everything down that was coming through and then go and like read it to you guys when I was down doing video blogs. And then all of a sudden it was like no longer. Like if I would pull a card before I would go down to the forest or whatever, I would just like sit there in the forest and I would just start like channeling and stuff, which never really happened for me before that. And this light language started coming through, and everything started getting stronger, and my connection was getting stronger. And then late in 2021, I was guided, right in December of 2021, I was guided to teach a series, the masterclass series called Bringing Forward the New Golden Age of Miracles. I was given the title and I was told, you're going to teach these classes for every month for the next year. And I thought, okay. And I was going to be incorporating the Hermetic teachings and all the stuff that was like mystery school stuff, but I didn't really know that that's what it was that I was doing. And so then I started teaching the class, and I've done 7 classes now. And back in April, I was in the shower, and I kind of got this, like, they told me, they said, this class is only the beginning, and this is like, you're writing a book. It's called Bringing Forward the New Golden Age of Miracles. And everything that you're teaching in the class and more is going to be documented in this book. And people are going to be able to read the book in the future, and they're going to get they're going to learn a lot of mystery school stuff inside of it and everything. And I was just kind of, okay, I'll just do what I always just do what I'm shown, and then I just document and all that. And so for the past, like, a whole bunch of stuff has been coming in this past month around cell regeneration, cell repair. And so I've been getting ready to like document all that, so that all of that stuff will be in the book. And then my next class is going to be around that topic. And they had like guided me to do this light infusion procedure and to start doing this circle where it's called the Lemurian Pleiadian Starseed Circle, where we worked like they did back in the day with the light infusion. Like back the times of Lemuria, they worked like this. And so I was guided to start doing this again, and I was told that it's going to be good for everybody, not just me. And but some amazing things started happening. And during the first circle, there was a 20, I think it was a 20th dimension. Let me get the book out. Okay, I just had to get out that information. So during the session, my partner, Kathy Mason, she got this like screen that kind of went over her. And oh, it was a 10th dimensional. I thought it was a 20th dimensional. I get confused because so many things are coming in. Okay, so she was telling me that there was a light being from my 20th dimensional aspect that wanted to merge with me, and they did so, and that this aspect was very excited to clear and support my connection to Source. And there was a group of angels around me, and there was fairies, and all this stuff happened, right? And she was telling me that this was like a stepping stone, this merge with this 10th dimensional being. And then afterwards, then I ended up going into the sauna the next, like a couple days afterwards, and I ended up merging with my source self, my source, the universal source of all. And things have just been like getting like crazy since then. Information is coming in like you wouldn't believe. And they've been teaching me how to regenerate my cells and how to like go back to the original blueprint of the body that I have, so that I can heal all of the ailments and all the problems that are happening with me and stuff. And then I taught a master class on Merkaba technology, and astral travel and stuff. And then after I taught the course, a friend of mine said, I'm teaching a course on astral travel. And she was in mystery school in the States. And I took her course, and like all these things that I didn't understand all of a sudden came, like all of a sudden I understood it. And she was telling me that there were 7 different mystery schools, and that all of them except for one are cloaked. And that I was trying to figure out, because I was telling her that I think I'm in mystery school, but I don't know for sure if I am, because it seems to be like on the etheric realm. It doesn't seem to be happening like, it didn't seem to be happening like where I would actually call up somebody and say, I would like to go take your school and like sign up for something. And she said that, do you remember having some kind of ceremony or anything like that? And I was like, I actually did. And she was talking about how the guides come in and everything. And I was like, oh my goodness, I did have something like that. And so I was still kind of like questioning for the last few weeks, like about 2 weeks or so. I was questioning, what mystery school am I taking? Like because she's taking something that's in the States called King Solomon's. It was like it went back to the time of King Solomon. And I just couldn't figure out what mystery school was I taking. And then she was telling me the different schools. And one of them was the Australian mystery school is based on the Lemurians and the Lemurian like side of it. And I was like, I think I might be in that school. And because this book, Beyond Doorways, is all about mystery school type stuff. And I was just kind of like, wow, I think maybe I'm actually taking the one from Australia, because I'm in etheric, so I guess it doesn't matter where I'm actually living. And so then I had a session with this Pamela Girali, who I interviewed about a month ago on my Shine Your Light network. And she had given me a session. It was like a blueprinting session. And I thought I was going to do a session around my medical problems. And that didn't happen at all. All of a sudden, this mystery school stuff came up. And I think maybe because I had been questioning it. So it was like a confirmation that I was doing this mystery school. And she saw this gateway, and she started describing the gateway. And when she was describing it, she was describing the cover of the book called Beyond Doorways. And I was like, what? And then like after like the next day, I was like, that was from the cover of the book Beyond Doorways. And she was saying this gateway was the key to like me getting into this like mystery school. And it was like I was gonna be learning so much more beyond that once I got past that doorway, that I would be able to take myself and my students way farther than I ever could imagine. And I was like, oh, I didn't even expect that in the session or whatever, but it answered a lot of questions. And so I figured out that yes, I am in mystery school and I'm not going to doubt it anymore. And I am taking the one that's coming from the Lemurian mystery schools, and it's based on the teachings from the Lemurian mystery schools. And I'm just allowing the information to come through now. And so I know that when I'm teaching my classes now, this is where this is all coming from. And the classes are really mystery school teachings. And they're not just like willy-nilly classes that just kind of like, I just feel like teaching. And so if you want to be part of these classes, they're going to be still happening. I've done up to class number 7 so far, and they're going to be going on farther into the rest of the year. So I've made it so that there's like a little special bundle that you can get, so you can get the first 6 classes and catch up if you're feeling like catching up. And there's also an offering to start coming to the Lemurian Pleiadian Starseed Circles. Anybody that would like to come to that, all you need to do is take Masterclass number 4, which is about Lemurians and inner earth beings and everything you need to know about them and about how they worked with this light infusion. And then I teach about how the light infusion procedure works, and I channeled it all in, and they were giving me the information as to how to do this correctly. And yeah, so if you want to be doing the circles, there's all this information on that as well. All you just need to do is go to my website, www.robinnicole.eu, and you can see all of the things. Everything that I'm doing is in there. And there's also a book coming. I am writing a book around these masterclasses. The book is going to be more in depth. There's going to be a lot more information than what's just coming in during the classes. So eventually people will be able to purchase the book, I'm hoping, and be able to upgrade themselves and get this material that's coming through. And it just keeps coming and coming. It never seems to end. So that's why I decided I needed to come in and tell you what is going on with me and why you're not seeing a lot of videos from me, because like all this information is coming through. I'm documenting. I'm spending a lot of time writing this material out and getting the classes going and recording the classes and getting them up there so that people can avail of this information. And but I will try to come on from time to time and do little video blogs. Today I'm not really going to do any kind of channeling or anything like that like I normally do. Today is a day I am taking in so much information that I'm having a hard time even talking, because there's just so much coming through today and the last few days, and I've been having to have a lot of time integrating it and a lot of time resting as I'm embodying the material. So have a nice day, and I'll see you the next time. Oh, and one more thing I just remembered that I needed to tell you. The Lemurian Pleiadian Starseed Circle is supposed to be this weekend on July 9th, I think. But because of everything that's happening, and I'm doing a talk at the Ascending, the what is it called? The Ancient Healings Conference on Sunday in Florida. And if anybody wants to have any, go to that. I'm doing a class there. Because of that, I'm not actually having the circle this month in July, so you'll have to wait till August before the next circle happens. So, and everything's on my website, and it has all the dates and everything, so you can go in there and find out when the next one is. My name is Robin Nicole, otherwise known as the Shine Your Light Lady. I have been guided to create a series of 12 masterclasses called Bringing Forward the New Golden Age of Miracles. The first 6 classes are complete now and ready to be placed into my library of spiritual tools. Each class builds on each other with the goal to bring forward a more balanced divine feminine and masculine into the next new golden age of time. Each class comes with a special energetic procedure to go along with the class topic, along with a channeled message from an ascended master or being from a higher plane of existence. I have been guided to place the first 6 classes into a bundle, so anyone who missed them can view at their leisure. Along with a special, if you purchase all 6 pre-recorded classes together, you receive a 50% discount, along with a complimentary ticket to attend your first live Lemurian Pleiadian Starseed Circle. For more detailed information and to purchase the 6-class bundle, click on the link provided in the description of this video.